been a medical anomaly that I've been dealing with essentially for 25 years. That 3-4 years ago I moved to Boston in hopes of being closer to some of the best doctors in the world would give me access to better answers or at least better questions. And after 2 years of basically a futile effort on that front, Scorpion seemed like something kind of outside of the box, something like they had more at their disposal than traditional a medical background. Starting from the beginning and compiling 25 years of medical records, doctor's appointments, blood tests, etc., to get a full macro understanding of exactly what I'm dealing with. The goal was to diagnose what is the issue and then ultimately create a game plan that is going to treat and be successful. My problem is a problem like any other, which is there's a structure to it and a series of steps that need to be addressed. And in terms of problem solving, I mean, that's their bread and butter. They have not only a Rolodex of the best people to reach out to for any problem, but they have the ability to systematically break down a task, even as complex as a medical one, and begin to figure out what are the parts that we need to address and what's the most systematic and effective way in order to address those and ultimately have a great outcome. And so, honestly, in terms of consulting firms, if they can handle a medical problem that has stumped many of the finest physicians in this country, I think they can really take on anything at this point. Within about 4 months, I actually felt fantastic. I felt significantly better than I had over the last 3 or 4 years, which is obviously anecdotal until you look at the data, which in the target area that we were addressing had improved anywhere from 20 to 50 to 70%, which in such a small window of time was unbelievable. And so now 6 months in, I have very high expectations for the next 6 months. Obviously, this was supposed to be a year process. And so I think that the results were very, very fast, and I think that they're continuing to get better. So I'm very excited about what the future holds. For anyone that's considering reaching out to Scorpion, my thought would be absolutely do it. There really is no downside. For my case in particular, it was very obscure. It didn't sound like anything they had done in the past. And I simply put together a page of, here's my story, here's what I'm looking to accomplish, is this something you guys can work with? And I didn't have tremendous expectations because it was so far outside of any of the stories I had heard from this group. But ultimately, they did get back to me very, very quickly and talked about my case. And so for anybody out there who's just considering reaching out, there really is no downside. I do truly believe they can probably handle anything. So what's the downside in reaching out?